Alright guys, ZFR Gaming back here again today, and I am talking about The Last of Us 2, and I'm talking about a pretty serious topic in this one. I'm going to try not to make this video too long because I don't want to dive too deep in on this, but apparently there's a whole lot of controversy over Ellie being the main character in The Last of Us 2. People are just not liking it. People well, not everybody. I shouldn't say it like that because it's kind of just its own little group of people who are saying this. A lot of people are not happy that they have to play as a female in The Last of Us 2. Like, what's really shocked me, like, a lot of people would have rather still played as Joel, and like they're pretty much saying they don't want to play The Last of Us 2 because you have to play as Ellie. And here's the thing. If you didn't want to play as Ellie because you didn't like the character, that's one thing. But if you don't want to play as Ellie, or if you just didn't like the character in general because she's a woman, then that's kind of another thing. That's sexism, alright? And some of you aren't going to care that I call some of you sexist or whatever. Like, and I'm not saying like you can't have your own opinion. No, if you just don't want to play as girls in video games, fine, more power to you, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to me that that this is the kind of world we just live in, where stuff like this actually exists, where ideas of like superiority over other people exist like this. Like, and you know, it's the same thing with racism and all that. This kind of reminds me of the whole Mafia 3 thing, where people were complaining that he was black, that the main character in the game was black, and they were trying to use a cover-up. Oh, he should be Italian. It's always been about the Italian mob. That was just a cover-up. People were mad that he was black. There were racist white people or whatever that were just mad that he was black. And you know, people was like, I'm sure there was like one or two people who were mad he wasn't really in the Italian mob, but come on, it was because he was black. But this is kind of the same thing, and you see people coming up with all kind of excuses why they don't want to play as Ellie in this game. You see people saying, oh, I connected with Joel more in the first game, which may be true. Some people may have connected with Joel more, but I'll get back there in a second. Then you have some other people, I'm not gonna name any names, so it's a pretty decent sized YouTuber. If you look around YouTube, you'll find who I'm talking about. Like, you'll find who I'm talking about. Some of you may already know, but you have another YouTuber who's like, oh, this is a whole kind of secret underlying agenda they're pushing through the media and everything to, you know, promote more feminism, to promote you know, the fact that women can do just everything that a man can do and all that stuff, you know. And some people have even kind of said it has something to do with a communist agenda at the end of the day, because, you know, or a communist manifesto or something like that, which involves breaking up the household, and they're saying this has something to do. I don't know how all of this came out of Ellie being the main character in Last of Us 2. Like I said, this is sexism, people. Like, say what you want, this is sexism. Like, you don't go to those lengths of trying to prove a point over something so simple if you're not sexist. Like, you just really don't like the fact that you have to play as a woman in this game. Like, I mean, and you know, like I said, some people aren't going to care that they're getting called sexist, or that my opinion is that they're sexist here. Some people are proud of that, you know. I can't judge, but hey, I'm just saying, well, yeah, screw that, I'm gonna judge that. That's messed up. But anyway, you know, like, it's just crazy, like, because for the simple fact, the whole excuse about Joel, you know, being the person they connected with, or the character they connected with more in the first game, like, come on. Now, I'm not saying that's not true, alright? But my thing is, Ellie was literally 50% of the first game. Just about. And Joel was the other 50%. They both, together, both of them made a masterpiece, in my opinion, or in most people's opinion. Some people felt the game was underrated, but for most people, for the majority, it was a masterpiece. How on earth did you connect with Joel during the first game, but not at all with Ellie? Not at all. You're telling me not even a little? Or you Joel? No, no. I'm sorry. It's impossible. You couldn't have enjoyed the first game that much. Like, that was the case, you didn't like the first game that much. Like, you had to not. Because if it was like one of your favorite games or whatever, how on earth could you possibly had connected with Joel and not Ellie when the two characters pretty much played off of each other so much during the game? Like, they pretty much made each other better. Like, Joel kind of provides, you know, a sturdy parental figure for Ellie, you know, security, something she hasn't had in a long time, because, you know, freaking everybody's left her so far, as she says during a certain point in the game. Like, and then Joel, he's like all, you know, beaten down and like just a hardened survivor who tries just not to fail anymore. And Ellie just brings it back out of him. She pretty much brings him back to life, just about. Like, so I really don't see how you didn't connect with with Ellie, but you did Joel. Like, that's a stupid, that's a bad excuse. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it for 1 second. Two, this whole secret agenda about pushing feminism and stuff, yeah, it's definitely there. That cannot be denied. You know, it's there. It's in the media. Look at the movies, and stuff. Like, you have more and more female characters, strong female characters, and you know, it's always there now. So yeah, that is there, but at the same time, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, but I can see where some people might, you know, say it does get kind of annoying, because, you know, they're only trying to push this agenda, and because of that, sometimes we get like, not as, what's the word I'm looking for, not as polished, you know, works of art or whatever, like movies or games or stuff, because, you know, they're always trying to push this agenda in a way. Like, for a lot of people are unhappy with Uncharted 4 with the same thing. Like, they feel like they really did make a lot of the women in that game look a little more, you know, manlier, I want to say. Like, they kind of buffed their figures up and everything. And, you know, they changed their models from the last game, and I will say that was taking it too far when Naughty Dog did that. But here in The Last of Us 2, making Ellie the main character, no. Alright, it was, you should have saw it coming from moment one in The Last of Us 1, so I don't know how people, I'm pretty sure most people aren't surprised. Like, you shouldn't be. And like, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I personally liked Ellie's character more than Joel's in the first game. But, you know, that's just my opinion. And I can see if you like Joel more. But even if we were still playing as Joel in this game, I would still be satisfied. I mean, and just think about it. You have all these dudes saying, I don't want to play as a female character. How you think girl gamers feel when they have to play games, but most of the games out here feature main male protagonists? That's probably why there's not as many girl gamers, because, you know, they don't all want to play as dudes either, I guess. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't see the point. If the game is fun, what does it matter what you play as? Like, there are games out here where you play as, like, worse stuff than women. Like, I mean, there are games where you play as little fairies and garbage. So I don't see the whole point of this whole argument people are trying to push. Like, I'm not even going to talk anymore about the communist thing, about breaking up the home and everything. That's completely crazy that even came out of a female character in a game. If that's not sexism, I don't know what is. Like, that's just taking it to a whole nother level, in my opinion. But yeah, this video is already longer than I want it to be, so I'm going to stop there. Tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. I love reading comments, even if your opinion is different than mine. Feel free to leave one. And don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you want more content like this. And just a last thought. In my opinion, I think The Last of Us 2 is going to be amazing. I think if you miss out on it because of something stupid like this, well, then you're just missing out. Like, you're missing out on a really great experience. Oh well, probably Naughty Dog probably doesn't want you on their game anyway. Like, I mean, well, yeah, they do, because, you know, money. But, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, screw you if that's the case. But, anyway, I think The Last of Us 2 is going to be great no matter what. Like, my opinion, don't miss this game because of this reason. It's so stupid. This is going to be one of the best games to come out, in my opinion, in the next few years. I can just tell, like, there's no way they're screwing this game up. So, like, yeah, like, in my opinion, just be ready for it. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. ZFR out.